Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Commonwealth Conference Boys Soccer. Lynn Tech entertaining Northeast. Northeast looking to go 3-0 on the season. Tech looking to get over 500. They're 2-1 with a very tough loss. They only played half the game against St. Mary's, and it was 1-0 St. Mary's at halftime, and thunder and lightning and rain came, and they had to postpone it because they couldn't wait any longer because they had games, football games, a doubleheader after the games. So they had to get everything in, and they just barely did it. It was a day on Saturday when I got here at 20 minutes to 9 for a 9 o'clock start for the city tournament. When I pulled out of here at night, it was 11:15 after doing 3 soccer games and 2 football games. And the first football game was delayed over an hour and then went overtime. Second game was delayed, almost went overtime. Tech pulled it out with an interception. Northeast hustling. Tech. Northeast in the white. Tech in the uniforms that you can't read the numbers. Even in the bright sunlight. They knock it deep, looking for a break. Getting around. Throwing it out in front. Big time save. They threw it out in front, and that was Amishi redirecting it. And Lemus Jefferson made a tremendous save. While Tech was going to jump out very quickly, 1-0. They let him walk in from the far side. They threw it out in front. Amishi one-timed it. And he got stoned by Jefferson. And we got a whistle. I don't know what happened. There was no collision, nobody around the play. At midfield, the Northeast player just collapsed. There was no contact. They weren't anywhere near the ball. And he just went down. I don't know if he turned the wrong way or misstepped. But he went down. I think it's Patrick Valentin. He's walking off. He seems to be okay. It was strange because he wasn't anywhere near the ball or the play, or there was nobody near him. So I don't know whether he just misstepped and turned something and went down. But he seems to be okay walking off. We're thankful for that. We'll get back to soccer. They drop it almost like a face-off. Tech will start from deep in their own end. It goes out off Northeast. They knock it deep, looking for a break. They knock it too deep. It's going to go out of play. Tech will get to kick it away. Nice to be back on TV 15 as we started, actually a week ago today, started the city soccer tournament. Finished up on Saturday. And football started Friday and Saturday with double headers. And we had 3 of the 4 schools win. Tech, St. Mary's, and Classical. Tech will get the throw-in down deep. Down the far side. Broken up by Northeast. And Northeast is going to knock it out. So Tech will throw it in again. They try to get to Wamisi. Northeast knocks it out again. Broken up. Tech knocking it deep. They'll keep it in. They try to center it. It got blocked. And Tech will let it go out. Looking for somebody to throw it to. And gets knocked out again by Northeast. We spent the last couple of minutes in this Northeast end. Amishi trying to get loose. Tech trying to get the shot off. It got blocked. Down the far side, sliding and trying to keep it in. Couldn't. It went out. And it went out off Northeast. That blocked the centering pass. So a corner kick coming up for Tech from the far side. Didn't get it up. Didn't get close. The line drive and Northeast knocked it out, and then Northeast gets knocked down. So they get an opportunity to kick it away. A tough day down there in the field for these young men. It is really hot. It rained and it came down very hard almost all day yesterday, especially during the 2 soccer games that were played here. It rained again. It was a little cool this morning, but all of a sudden the rain stopped, the sun came out, and it got really warm. Tech trying to walk in. Rolled by. Tech player went down. Northeast will kick it away. And the Tech player went down, and the Tech player is still down. And let's hope he's going to be okay. That's why you know they're floppers. So he appears to be okay. And let's see what they do now. Northeast has the ball. Coming up field, they're going to give it to Northeast again. But instead of laying it down, let them kick it, they're going to, like a face-off, they're going to drop it and let them kick it. I don't understand. I'll never understand half the rules in this game. Northeast finally gets it down in the Tech end. They knock it too deep, it's going to go out of play. And Tech will get to kick it away. All of a sudden, puffy white clouds, blue skies. I was out early this morning and I had my windshield wipers on. Tech playing catch in front of their own net. They want to get away from there. Northeast picks it off. Tech gets it back. And he knock it deep. And he looked to get Amici going. He winds up with it. And I think he lost his shoe along the way. He ran right out of his shoe. So still a bit of a feeling out period. Amici with another shot, but the defense was leaning on Amici. All he could do was just kind of pooch it with his left foot, put it right in the lap of Jefferson, the goaltender. They kick it away. Tech looking to come back. And Northeast will kick it out. They got a foot on it but couldn't control it. Northeast will kick it away. Blocked by Tech. And Tech keeps it in the Northeast end. And they knock it deep. Tech will get there first, but they have to pull it away from the net. Northeast broke it up. Almost took it away. And Tech looking to boot it deep again. And he knocked it off the side of the net. They were out in front with that long pass. And the goaltender coming out to challenge. And they had to take the shot probably a little sooner than they wanted to. And he missed the net. Popped up. Amici looking for it. Tips it ahead. Tech trying to center it. Northeast breaks it up. And we're going to get Tech for taking Northeast down. So a free kick coming up. Bouncing loose. Northeast gets control. Down the far side. This is about their deepest penetration so far. Tech knocks it out. They'll get the throw in down deep. Northeast will. Headed away by Tech. They knock it deep down the near side. Tech trying to collect. Northeast gets a foot on it, knocks it out. Tech will get another corner kick, this one from the near side. So it's been mostly Tech in the Northeast end, but they had that one shot by Amici. And Jefferson made a great save on. And that's been it. They had that one other little touch that easy save for the goaltender. Now they have to chase the soccer ball almost out in the street. Headed away by Tech. Northeast knocks it back. And Tech knocks it into the northeast bench area. Tech bangs it off northeast. They headed upfield, headed back. They swung and missed trying to knock it upfield. Northeast looking to collect. Northeast shot gets blocked and it'll go out, and Northeast will get the throw in down deep. Tech knocks it away again, out of play. All up in the seats. So Tech had it northeast end for quite a while. It's northeast turn now. And Tech knocks it deep again. They tip it ahead. They put too far for Amishi. Now Amishi winds up with it, takes the shot, and knocks it over the net. They pushed it too far for Amishi. Northeast swung and missed. Amishi got it back, and he put too much foot into it. Had it dead center of the net, but way up over the top crossbar and out of play. Tech will make a substitution. Head guy for Tech is Eric Moreno. Does a very nice job for Tech. Jefferson will kick it away. Northeast looking to collect. Tech gets there first. And Northeast takes it away. Down the near side, nice little shift to the inside. Blocked and taken away. Wide again. Northeast will get to kick it away. Jefferson does the honors. Tech heads it back. I can't imagine that there aren't a lot of concussions maybe later in life with all these young people. That's not a pillow that they're hitting. That's a solid soccer ball. And it's coming down from the heavens virtually with the long, high kick. And they just whack it with their head. And sometimes there's two of them together, like right there. And they might get the ball, and they might get both their heads. I see he's trying to get something going. Let him play. Tech got away with a knockdown there. Nice little shift, still with it. Tech tried to dump it in the middle. It got blocked nicely by the Tech defense. And it gets knocked out by Northeast. Try to knock it deep. Northeast is there to knock it away. Tech tips it to the middle. Bodies go down. There's two players down. One Tech, one Northeast. Northeast helps Tech up. They call it on Tech. Northeast will get the kick. Knocked deep by everybody. And they'll let Jefferson come out and kick it away. Shifting, getting by everybody. Skips past. Tech is there to knock it away. I think they call Tech offside. So back and forth we go. Tech has had the only real scoring opportunity with Amici. Northeast hasn't come close to Martinez in net. Pushing it up, trying to get it to the middle. They complete the pass. It looked like it was going out. Everybody stopped. Northeast saved it. And now Tech takes it away. And the pass too far ahead. Halfway through and counting this first half as they knock it deep. And Martinez will come out of the net, and he touches it for the first time. And he'll kick it away. Drives it back to the northeast end. And he let Tech get away with a knockdown there. So they're calling some, but they're letting some go. That was a little cross body block. Shot, wide right, out of play. Tech will make a substitution. Headed away by Tech. Pass too far ahead for the intended receiver. Northeast backing up, they push it back to Jefferson to kick it away, and it goes out of play. And Tech will get to put it in play. Nice little pass. Nice little shift. Out in front, and they knock it home. Great rush, and he banged it home. Coming from the backside, pass across, they got a foot on it and knocked it home. blocked in front. They got their first legitimate chance right at the 5-yard line. And Tech blocked it, knocked it down. And I think we're going to get, I don't know if they're going to, if they call it there, it could be a penalty kick. I think it's going to be a penalty kick for Northeast. So a penalty kick coming up, they blocked the shot, and then somebody did something. Well, they got the hand on the ball, or they knocked the player down, but it came in the zone. So Northeast has a chance to tie it right back up with a penalty kick. He missed the net. They blow the whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle was for. He just flat out missed it. Are they giving him another chance? I don't know why they're giving him another shot. It's not the same shooter. But he missed the net completely. And a little pushing and shoving by Northeast and Tech. He took the shot, missed it completely. I don't know why they're giving him another shot. Why they're giving Northeast another shot, because it's not going to be the same shooter. They're moving everybody away. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to take a timeout, send everybody to the bench, try to get everybody to cool down. And he missed. And Eric Marino's daughter is out screaming. Why are they getting another shot? He missed it completely. I don't know whether Tech wasn't behind the ball and they called it like offside on the penalty kick, but they sent everybody to the bench momentarily to try and calm things down, and they're going to come back and give Northeast another shot, and they're over talking to Eric Marino, the coach of Tech. So I'm not sure what this is all about, but Northeast is going to get another chance to tie it up. And shortly after that, there were a couple of players pushing and shoving a little bit. Luckily, it didn't do it. Now we got the goaltender, Martinez, just pushed and shoved and knocked a Northeast player down. The referees better take control of this, or we'll have to call the cops. So they're about to shoot again. So Tech thought they got away with it. Northeast gets a second chance. And we're still waiting. The officials are writing something up. There's a Northeast player walking to the sideline. It was Martinez who slammed and knocked the player down. And now I think the official sent one of the Northeast players to the sideline with a yellow card. So it's been bizarre here in over a space of like a minute and a half. Tempers flaring. Now the second opportunity. And they knock it home and tie it up. And then they bang into a Tech player. I think the Tech player just went down. So stay tuned for the rest of this game. Nicholas Valley. Got the penalty kick. I have to apologize too. I thought they were listing last name first, first name last, but they weren't. So the goalie is actually Jefferson Lemus, not Lemus Jefferson. I had his name right, but I just had it reversed. I just happened to find that out when I realized that it's Valley Nicholas that scored the goal. So Tech had the momentum, they scored the goal, and they give it right back with the penalty kick, and took two chances on the penalty kick by Northeast, but they got it done. And now corner kick coming from Northeast. They drill it out in front. Couple of heads knocks it away. Last one by Tech, and now they knock it deep. Down the far side. And Northeast kicks it out. Tech gets knocked down again. They're calling some and not calling others. Northeast knocking it deep. Headed away by Tech. Knocking it deep. It bounces over everybody. Northeast will kick it out. Bounces off a couple and actually hit Northeast in the hands. So Tech will get a free kick. Just outside the 30-yard line. Up. And who will go off? There were bodies out in front. They're calling it off Northeast, I think. Right the middle of the net, and Lemus goes up, grabs it, and boots it away. Heck takes it right back to the Northeast end. Northeast gets a foot on it, deflected. They knock it deep. Amici overran it. It bounced by him. Now he can't get the shot off. He couldn't get to the ball. They blocked him, and Lemus comes out and grabs it and kicks it away. It looked like he was going to have a walk-in, and it bounced away from him. Bodies go down again. We got bodies going everywhere. Now we got more yellow cards. And it wasn't 18, it was Govia Marcello that got the first goal, the penalty kick. Awful hard to pick up the numbers. And we're going to play it down for Northeast. We get final 10 minutes. And this is Joshua Gonzalez. He's up and sprinting to the sideline, so he's okay. That's the one problem everybody has. You never know whether anybody is really injured or not, because after everything is said and done, they get up and either run a couple of steps and walk normally to the sideline to be replaced, or they run up field and stay in the game. So it's hard to tell initially whether anybody really gets hurt or not. You hope they don't. They get it up, out in front, and we got a collision, and we got another player down. And it's been a mash unit through this first half. That was up, out in front of the net. Everybody went up to bang it away. And it was a collision when it got banged away. Initially, I thought it was the goaltender, Martinez, but I don't think it is. So the second half should be interesting. We've already had tempers flaring and again, the player is up, walking under his own steam. So it seems to be okay. Tech fake. Now they knock it deep. Northeast broke it up. Knock very deep. Trying to get there and save it. And they can't. It goes out. Tech will get the throw in. 1-1 the score. Tech scored. And very quickly after that, there was a collision out in front. And Northeast got a penalty shot. And for some reason, Tech looked like they survived. They knocked the penalty shot by the net out of play. But something happened because they gave it back a second chance. And you don't stop many of those. Goalie probably doesn't stop any. That mistake by the shooter the first time, but the second time the shooter made sure. And very difficult for Martinez. Guiding that Grand Canyon, as I call it. They knock it deep. Lemus will watch it go out of play. Every once in a while, that sun tucks behind a cloud and we can read the scoreboard as we have coming up on under 7 minutes left. Looking to knock it deep, blocked. Tech gets it back. And he knock it deep again. They're trying to get Amici loose with those long passes. Deflected. Northeast gets it back. He just saves it. He bang it off Tech. Tech takes it away. Trying to throw it in front. Northeast blocks the pass. Tech got it back, but Northeast took it away. And we got Northeast taking Tech down. So from right around the 30-yard line, Tech will get a free kick. Right at the 30-yard line. A little bit of an angle to the far side. Tech was there, but it bounced by him, and then they slipped trying to keep it in play. They were there, and they couldn't. It was out in front of them. They couldn't get their foot on it. And then he slipped and fell as the ball went out of play. Tech got the shot on net with the goal. They got a good shot on net by Amici that was a great save by Lemus. And Northeast, the only shot they have on goal is the penalty kick. Tech has kept them away virtually from Martinez. Amici took it away, trying to walk in, looking to get the shot, couldn't get it off, it got it blocked. Amici thought they got their hand on it. Tipped away, they let it go back to Lemus and he'll kick it away. Knocked deep. Tech looking to walk in. They walked right in. It got blocked by the goaltender. Great shift. It went all around. Walking in. Lemus came out, got a piece of the shooter, got a piece of the ball, and broke it up. Great maneuver getting around, and now Northeast trying to walk in. The net is open, and they knock it home. They threw the long, deep pass. There was a little bit of contact with the shooter and the goaltender. You gotta get his number. So just like that, Northeast trumps Tech with their second goal. This one was Valentin Patrick coming late in the half. It was a long pass. Martinez came out to try and get it. It got blocked. They're not allowing the substitution for some reason. Now they are allowing, they're bringing the player back. The long pass, there was contact with the goaltender and the shooter. And Patrick Valentin was able to get a foot on it and just sneak it in over the line. There was a defender there trying to become the goaltender, but he couldn't get a piece of it, and it just trickled in enough to make it 2-1 Northeast. High, wide, and out of play, and Lemus ran into a body and went down the goaltender. But Northeast lucks out because it went out of play. We're in the final 2 minutes and counting. Lemus will kick it away, so it's been an unusual first half. Couple of yellow cards given out, but the Tech goaltender got away from coming out and two-hand shoving, knocked the Northeast player down. He didn't get anything. Northeast got 2 chances at a penalty kick. Amishi trying to get there. Northeast gets there first and knocks it out. Amishi's been step and a half from walking in alone a couple of times. Time winding down in this first half. They bang it out off Northeast. Bouncing by everybody. Northeast, this is a long 2 minutes. I know we had a lot of people down, hurt. Bounces by Tech. Tech takes it away. Northeast forces him to put it back to midfield. And now they throw it out of play. And there can't be a lot of time left in this half, but Tech grabbed a 1-0 lead, and very quickly Northeast put 2 on the board, 1 a penalty kick and 1 a breakaway. And that's where we are, 2-1 Northeast. Pushing it up. Pass short, picked off by Tech. Pass picked off by Northeast. Down the far side, body's going down. They're going to call it against Northeast. They were both going for the ball. Both got wrapped up. Both went down. They call it against Northeast. Scoreboard clock was way off because it's a long 2 minutes, but now they blow the whistle. And that's going to end the half finally. Northeast with those 2 late goals. One, that unusual penalty kick that they got a second try. And then the breakaway by Valentin. Tech got the first goal. Northeast adds 2. We played a half. Northeast 2. Tech 1 at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're set to start the second half. Northeast 2-1. Tech got the first goal. Very quickly, there was a jam in front of the net. Northeast got a penalty kick. They missed it, so it looked like Tech was still ahead. And I don't know if it can be offside on the penalty kick. I don't know if there were 2 Tech players that were out in front. They should have been cleared away by the official. He usually clears everybody away. But they gave Northeast another chance. And Marcelo Govia knocked it home to make it 1-1. And then on a breakaway, Martinez came out, and it was a collision between him and Patrick Valentin. The ball popped loose. Valentin, there was still a defender there, but Valentin knocked it by the defender into the net, and that's where we are, 2-1 Northeast as we start the second half. Again, I mentioned if you had all the people in Lynn, we're blessed to have these 2 facilities, but nobody really realizes how much they're used. Tech gets knocked down. And then how many people use this place? Because now St. Mary's boys soccer and St. Mary's girls soccer are having practices over on the Fraser Field baseball diamond. They're out in the outfield, right in the left field. And the St. Mary's football team Saturday, had practice there. So it's getting into this facility to practice or play games is virtually impossible. Kick was knocked away by the defense of Northeast, and Tech trying to knock it back, bangs it off Northeast, and it goes out of play. So we're underway in the second half. Northeast looking for their 3rd win. They're 2-0. As we mentioned, Tech trying to get over 500. They're 1-1 on that difficult loss in the Lynn City Soccer Tournament Championship. They lost to St. Mary's 1-0, and they only played a half because of the weather. And Tech just runs into Northeast, and they just knock Silver down. Bouncing around, cleared away. Okay. I was guessing at Julio Guillen scoring the goal for Tech, and after checking with the coach for Tech, we found out that I guess right. Guillen got the goal. Tech looking for a break. Northeast, as they're falling down, clears it. And they take it back in the Tech end. Broken up by Tech, and they knock it out. Trying to knock it deep. Amici tipped it by. He centers it. Shot. Blocked. And we got a whistle. Shot got blocked by Lemus off a bullet. And it came out, looked like Amici might be able to get the rebound. I don't know if somebody got a hand on it or somebody got knocked down, but they blew the whistle and let Northeast kick it away. Amici trying to get there. Sliding, he kept it in nicely. Northeast takes it away. And it gets blocked and knocked out by Northeast. They knock it deep. Sliding ahead, they take the shot. It goes wide, and Tech knocks it home. The shot went wide and coming right to the net from the far side. we're guessing at the numbers. That's what we were trying to do. We think it was Alan Barrios who drills it home on that pass. Now the free kick goes high, wide, and over everything out of play by Northeast. So it was a shot coming from the near side. It got deflected. It went by the far post, and coming in from the far side, we think it was Alan Barrios who was there to take advantage and knock it home. He skips around a couple, still with it. Still, now it gets bumped and knocked down by Tech. And Northeast will get a free kick. Tough angle. Coming from just about the 10-yard line. Teixeira takes the kick. Martinez got a piece of it with a lot of white shirts bearing down on him. He knocked it by and out of play. We'll get substitutions for both teams. Corner kick will be coming up for Northeast. And in Northeast, this is a case where he was all by himself making the kick to the net, and that was Teixeira. And he stayed right where he kicked it from. He went down. He went out of play. They put a sub in for him. Now he's back on the field, and he's sitting down in the end zone. So we got another player down as we're 10 minutes in to this second half. And now he's up. And he's just going to walk out of play and walk back. And he's walking pretty well, so I don't know unless he kicked it wrong and he line drived it. Looked like a good kick. It got deflected out to give Northeast a corner kick. Now he's walking normal, so he seems to be okay. He didn't have to come down. He might have gone up in the air to kick it, came down wrong. Now we got bodies going down. Northeast took Tech out. When he blew the whistle, I got nervous because it was in the zone. Could have been another penalty kick. Tech kicks it away. They get by. Still getting by. Northeast reaches in, gets a foot, knocks it out. It'll be a corner kick for Tech. Corner kick coming from the near side. Out in front, Northeast heads it away. Tech knocks it back. Bounces by. They dump it out in front and they knock it home. Amici. A tremendous save. That was going out of bounds. Amici gets the goal. A tremendous play by Felipe de Oliveira. The ball was going out of play, and just as it was approaching the end line, he reached for it and flipped it out in front, and Amici knocked it home. That's an outstanding play. Amici gets the goal, but a lot of hard work by Felipe de Oliveira. And all of a sudden, Tech has got their 1-goal lead back after Northeast had knocked that 1-0 lead and grabbed a 2-1 lead. Tech has got 2 here in the second half to put themselves back up by 1. Picked off by Northeast. They knock it deep. They got a head on it and knocked it over the net. They made a perfect kick. It went over everybody's head. Coming in from the far side, I think it was Miragianis, who went high in the air, got a head on it, and the head went over the net. And now Amici got hit and knocked down. And that's one of those things where I mentioned before, everybody goes up, 2 people go up, try to get a head on the ball, and when they got the head on it, they got a head on Amici's head. And they're going to send him to the sideline because anything with the head has to be checked to make sure he's okay. So they're bringing a sub in off the bench. They knock it deep. And it skips past. He's looking for contact, getting knocked down. Tech will kick it away. Martinez will do the honors. And Tech knocks it out. Knocking away from Malara. And Umano will put it in play. 15 minutes into the second half and counting. Gets knocked out again. And they did it wrong. I still don't know how you can do it wrong, just throwing the ball in. But they did, and they called it. A break for Tech. They bobbled it, and they couldn't save it. It went out. They were trying to break in from the left side, and they might have taken their eye off the ball, looking at the defender, and they lost it, trying to turn the corner. And Lemus will kick it away. Popped in the air. And his body's coming together. Thank God both of them got up. Tech will boot it away and boot it out. They stepped over it, misfired. They get it back. Northeast takes it away. Headed away by Tech. Northeast took it away. Bodies go down, they waited a little bit, then they blew the whistle. They took Perez down, and he waited. He turned and put his hands up like what happened. And after a couple of seconds, they blew the whistle and said free kick. And it'll be Malara taking it from just inside the 20-yard line from a bit of an angle. Gets it there. They headed it, and Martinez made a great save. 4 white shirts out in front. One of them got their head on it, tipped it, headed it right to the net. Martinez made a great save and keeps Tech up by 1. Pops straight up in the air. Nobody getting a piece of it. Northeast finally knocks it out. Tech knocks it deep. Bodies go down. And bodies go down again. And they were battling behind the play. And he called it against Tech. Extracurricular after the play. Now the official was talking to the Tech player. Both players went down. They didn't call anything. And then there was a little extracurricular after that. Headed away by Tech. Headed away again. Tech kind of get a break. Northeast tips it up. Northeast breaks it up. Tech breaks it back. Back and forth we go. Everybody trying to get a hold of the ball, get something started. They can't. Northeast finally does, and Tech breaks it up. Broken up nicely by Umana. Northeast gets around, looking to walk in. Had the entire net to shoot at, and he threw it by and missed it. A great rush by Valentim, who got the goal to give Northeast their lead, 2-1. He went down the near side, got loose, let it fly, and missed the net. And we just passed the halfway mark. And with Tech leading it 3-2, we're going to get a timeout down the field. Out of the timeout, Martinez will get to kick it away for Tech. Now it's not going to be Martinez. And that sun comes out very bright again. Has it disappeared? The weather has been absolutely incredible. We had Saturday here, we had torrential downpours, thunder, and lightning. The games were, one game only played a half. The soccer championship game. The football games were delayed over an hour each. Takes it away, looking for a shot. They take it. Nice save by Lemus off a blister by Tech. And then last night, we had 2 soccer games. The rain came down very, very hard all through the games. I thought we were going to get the same thing today. It was raining this morning. And when I got here, it was a little bit cool, but it was a one-handed save. What a tremendous save from about the 20-yard line. Tech ripped it. And Lemus just one step to his right, threw the hand up and got a piece of it and knocked it away. So that's two big-time saves by Lemus to keep it a one-goal game. Tech got a head on it. Lemus picks up the loose ball and boots it deep. Tech knocks it back. And he knocked it back to the net. Lemus was out of the net because he ran out almost to the 15-yard line, but that kick missed wide right. If that was on net, that might have been a goal. They kicked it right away. I think that was Guyen that booted it right to the net. But it went wide right. If it was on net, could have been 4-2 Tech. Blocked by Northeast. Taken away by Tech. Nice little shift to get around. It bounces and rolls to the net. Lemus makes the easy save. Tech bangs it down the other end. And Tech breaks it up. And they pick it off. Down the far side, Northeast slides and knocks it out. Don't talk to us. We don't do that. Tech from very deep. On the far side with the corner kick. Everybody picking a partner out in front. He didn't get it there. He sliced it upfield. Tech couldn't really get a shot off. They kept it alive, but they knocked it into a mess of white shirts. I see he's kicking it upfield. Tech got hooked from behind and got knocked down. It went out off Tech. Tech should have got a free kick for the takedown. I think they called it. Northeast would have got the throw in. Instead, I think Tech is going to get the free kick. And he put it in play and they get it back to Martinez. We haven't seen Amishi back with that head problem, getting hit. They probably want to make sure he's okay. They're worried about concussions. And tip back. Martinez slides and gets there just ahead of Gavella. He dove, recovers the fumble. It got deflected. And Gavella, who got the first goal, was looking for the ball out in front, looking to tip it home. And Martinez dove, and Martinez and Gavella came together, and there's another Tech player down. the clock is still running, and I thought the clock would stop. But when I talked to the clock operator, they said that the official didn't give the sign to stop. And now that kid who was part and parcel to that collision out in front is gingerly walking off, favoring that right ankle. Let's hope he's going to be okay. Warming up, you might catch sights of the two teams warming up in the end zone. That's St. Mary's field hockey team. We mentioned again, so many things going on at Manning Field. The last job I want is Rich Avery's job, who's the caretaker for Manning Field and Fraser Field. He's going to try and fit games in. And I looked, this being Tuesday, last Thursday, there were 3 games here, soccer games, that were canceled because of the heat. And now he has to find some place to fit those in. And to show you how difficult that is, I asked him today if he found any dates. He said, I only found one, and that was for the first game, St. Mary's girls, I believe. Might have been the boys. The earliest date he had, October 30th. And he still has 3 more games to fit in. There's so many activities going on here at Manning Field. Like I said, they can't practice here. They have to practice out. If you're at Salem or Saugus or Danvers or Peabody or Swampscott or Marblehead, game is canceled, you can say, cancel Monday, we could play it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because the place is empty. You only have to worry about 2 teams, boys and girls. But when you get minimum, not counting all the teams, but just thinking about soccer, 10 teams. Very hard to find spots to fit in games that have to be replayed. It's sort of like baseball when you have 1 dime in Fraser Field and you got 5 baseball teams. And when you get into June and July, you got the Navigators that take up space. So Rich Avery does not have an easy job, but he does it very well. So I can't say that the clock is official now, because if the official shut his clock off that he carries, then the clock on the field is way off. Like now it says less than 10 minutes. And that was one of the reasons why that first half, when it said 2 minutes, it was a very long 2 minutes, because they kept the clock running whenever anybody went down. Knocked out of play. But she's doing a job, because the official is supposed to give a sign to the press box that stopped the clock. They're looking to find the soccer ball. It wound up in the sheets, and volunteer going up to get it. Tech will put it in play. And you blow the whistle, and we're going to do it again. Just about at midfield. And Northeast got knocked down. They'll get the throw in. Actually get the free kick, because it was a knockdown. Tech knocks it out. Northeast will get the throwing down a lot deeper. Northeast looking for the shot. They knocked it wide. They collected. They were going from left to right. They couldn't turn to look at. They were side saddled, going from right to left. They had to get by the defense, and as they were going by, they got the best shot they could, and it went wide right and out of play. So Tech got a break right there. Guyen kicks it to himself and boots it upfield. And Tech loses it out of play. And they call it off Northeast. Guyen will put it in play. They tip it ahead. And then Tech just knocks it high, wide, and way out of play. It's bad enough with the Tech numbers melting into their shirts, but when it's bright sunshine, you have no chance to pick up anybody's number. And the first thing you do, you look out and you're blinded by the sun if you look to the left. One of the problems getting to these games, coming from especially the Greater Boston League, Chelsea, Medford, Malden, Somerville, those trips are difficult anyway, but the buses have really been a problem. And they don't have buses for the teams. They have to wait until they get everybody home and take care of the kids in school. And then it's not until like 3:30 or so, or 3 o'clock, that they pick up and take them. So we've had problems. Teams getting here late, very late, and it certainly affects, if they're playing triple headers, the 7:15 game, because that game starts extremely late. And now Northeast has beat all of that. They showed up. They have their own team vans. They have 2 of them. And the coach and assistant drive the vans. And they fit all the kids in both vans. So they're able, barring traffic problems, they're able to get to the games fairly on time. The clock shows the final 5 minutes and it stopped, but I don't think that's accurate. 3-2 Tech, looking to go over 500. Free kick coming from the 27-yard line, bit of an angle. Tech setting up that picket fence. They pop it to the net, headed away nicely by Tech. I think that was Pojoy. Tech picks it off. Northeast gets it back. Trying to center it off a foot. And Tech will let it go out. And Tech will get to kick it away. Tech missed the header. Northeast winds up with it, back in the Tech end. Tech knocks it away. Down the far side, it's going to go out. That pass was supposed to go down in the corner in the first place, and it got picked off by Valentin. He wasn't the intended receiver, and then when he tried to make the pass, the player had stopped, assuming that the pass wasn't coming to him, waiting for the shot, and the pass went out of play. So Northeast helped Tech a little bit there. Tech is trying to keep Northeast away. Northeast keeping it in the Tech end. Now it gets deflected back. Blocked by Tech. Northeast takes it back in the Tech end. That's where they want it. They get around. They were centering it, but I think he thought his teammate was with him and was two Tech players, and they picked off the pass. Northeast just keeping it in. They can't get a shot, but they're keeping the pressure on, looking for the tying goal. They force him to take it back. Shot blocked nicely. And Tech kicks it away. And it goes out. Tech knocks it out again. And they call contact on Tech, so Northeast is going to get a free kick. They don't bother to set up a picket fence. They got one player. They line drive it out in front. Northeast got a head on it and knocked it away from the net. And Tech blocks it. Northeast will get a corner kick coming from the far side. Tail end of this second half, Tech has got 2 goals in this second half after trailing 2-1 at halftime. They have a 3-2 lead. They've held Northeast scoreless so far. Line drive, again, Northeast got a head on it, but knocked it right into Tech. Out in front, loose. And they knock it home. They knocked it right by a couple of defenders. It popped loose. It came out, and there was so it's a tough goal to give up very late in the game. It came out right on the foot of Marcelo Govia. He gets his second goal. And very late, that kick came loose. It rolled out in front. There were 2 defenders there. Martinez was to the far post where the ball was coming from. And by the time he tried to get back, he couldn't get there. And he just blasted it by the 2 defenders. And Govia has got his second goal. And Northeast has tied it at 3-3. And that's a tough goal for Tech to give up with very little time left in the game. And the Tech player favoring the right ankle as he walks off the field. So Tech was stuck in their own end. They couldn't get anything going. They couldn't get it out. They were content to try and just kick it deep. Northeast kept a lot of pressure on. They had a couple of free kicks. They finally got the corner kick. it bounced around out in front, and Gavia was able to get a foot on it and drill it inside the near post. His second goal, and Northeast has battled back to tie it at 3. With time winding down here in this one. Tech has played a lot of the second half without Amici, who is their big scoring threat. But it almost looked like Tech went into a shell and wasn't trying to score. They were just trying to keep Northeast off the board, and it cost them. Now they make the play. Martinez got out, smothered that shot. Nice job by Martinez. Looked like they're going to walk in. And Tech got away with one. They knocked the player down, and that was in the zone. That could have been another corner kick. Tech blocked the shot. They tip it away. And Northeast knocks Tech down. And they're going to talk to the Northeast player. And he's getting a yellow card. You don't want to get these this early in the season, because if you come up with, I don't know what the number is, but if you get a certain number of yellow cards, red cards, now he must have said something, because he just got a red card. So he's out. He's gone. So they're going to be a player down. He got the yellow card, and he wasn't happy with that. He kept going at the official, and finally the official gave him a red card. And that means he's out. And it also means that Northeast only has his one player shot as it's kicked into the Northeast end, right into the bench area. Northeast knocks it deep. Northeast would probably be content right now to get a tie. Martinez is going to kick it away. Tip. Northeast will kick it away. High in the air. And it's going to go out of play. Knocked out again. So Northeast now is doing what Tech was doing before, playing defense and trying to keep it away from the net. Tech was not successful with all the pressure Northeast put on. They scored the goal to tie it up. Now Tech is trying to do the same thing, to take a lead back. And Tech knocks it out. No idea as to how much time is left. The clock has said 5 minutes for the last 10. As they say that, they blow the whistle and the game ends. So a very late goal by Northeast cost Tech a win. And as I mentioned, it looked like they went into a gap, saying, we'll just play back defense and just keep kicking it away, not let them get a shot on net. But they couldn't stop them. They got the shot on net. And Marcelo Gavia got his second goal to tie it up at 3. He got the first goal to tie it after Julio Guillen gave Tech a 1-0 lead. And then that strange penalty kick situation, it was the first one, was Gustavo Teixeira, who missed it completely, and then for some reason they gave Northeast a second chance, and it was Patrick Valentim knocking it home, and it was 2-1. That's where it was at halftime. Tech came out and got 2 goals in the second half. The first one by Alan Barrios, the second one on a great play by Felipe de Oliveira. He went down deep the left side, right to the end line. The ball was just about going out, and he got a foot on it, flipped it out in front, and Grigori Amici was there to bang it home, and Tech had their first lead of 3-2. It lasted until just about the end of the second half. Tech almost looked like it went to a defensive mode, trying to keep the ball away and just not let Northeast score. We got enough with 3-2, but unfortunately a corner kick, it got loose, and Marcelo Gavia banged it home to get his second goal to make it 3-3, and that's the way it ended. So Northeast will go to 2-0-1. Lynn Tech will go to 1-1-1 on the early season as we wind up Lynn Tech 3, Northeast 3. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.